All right, let's continue. Let's continue. All right,
I
so
was getting
what was
dragged
we
into
looking
something
at?
far more serious than I had anticipated. He sent a candid
It better not be
picture
no
of me at
bullshit.
school. A chill ran down my spine.
It's a picture of her. You know, one thing that I don't like about social media, this, this shit. Like, bro, it lit be shit like this, bro. All right, bro.
In
All
the
right,
picture,
let's
I was
continue.
in the outfit I was wearing earlier that day, but I had no idea I was being photographed by anybody but myself
How
and
did he
my
even get it from
friends.
that
He sent
angle?
it with a caption that read, "Do you like this candid shot I got of you today?"
What did he say? Show it to the screen. All right, got you. So my friend started mogging. He started mogging. This is hold on. Wait. Hold on. All right. This him. Nigga started mogging. He started mogging gang. Man, everybody gotta start mogging nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The hugs can't handle how handsome and full of aura I am. Oh, bro. Okay. All right, chill. I'm dragging it.
All of a sudden, this situation with seemingly just a harmless weirdo turned into something far more
That
terrifying.
nigga
I
literally took
didn't
a
know what to
picture of her
do,
and
so I
from
sent
from,
him a
from a,
harsh
a
text
whole
and
ass
flew
side
out.
Who
angle.
the hell are you? Leave me the f alone or I'll send this to the cops.
Then as soon as I sent the message, I blocked the account so he didn't have time to respond.
Bro, that's
I
dumb
threw
as hell.
down
Why
my
would you
phone for the
type that
last
shit in
time
all
and tried to
caps?
finally get some sleep. But I was so horrified thinking that I now had a stalker on my hands. I had no idea who he was or how long it had been going on. Yet, somehow, I managed to put myself in enough denial about the whole thing and fell asleep. In the morning, however, I
Bro,
remembered everything.
that's
I
literally
told
where
my
I
mom about
start
the whole
muting,
ordeal before I left
blocking,
the
and turn
house,
on my
and I could tell
notifications
she
from
was
Instagram.
concerned for me, but also just as clueless as I was. I talked to my friends about it at
Because
school,
of shit like
but none
that
of
be
them
going
have ever
on.
dealt with anything like this before either. Thankfully, when I got home, my mom.
Not because listen, because a nigga can literally have a picture of your house and you don't even know who the fuck he is. Or he can have hold on, wait. Listen. Nigga can literally have a picture of your house, right? But then in a certain later he can have another picture of you with your window open, right? And it's so late. It's like you just gooning in your chair. Like, bro, how the fuck do you catch it at 4K just gooning and I don't even know who the fuck you is? Come on now. Let's be free. Okay, okay. But nah. See, stay off of social media, bro. Especially don't be taking friend requests from niggas you don't know. Especially if they got like no profile picture or they got no fucking no good ass username, you know they a creep. You know they weird. So don't. Man, anyways, let's continue. Once again.
Mom had this idea of setting up a couple of home security cameras around the house. Neither of
Ooh,
us knew what this
legal.
creep was capable of, so she figured we'd have the extra measure of safety to help me feel safer. We made sure to put one of the cameras in my bedroom just before I went to bed
Why
for
you
the
put a
night. I
camera in my
laid down
bedroom?
and
I
put my
want a
phone on Do
goon.
Not Disturb. I was strangely feeling comfortable, like maybe nothing was that wrong after all.
Wait,
But
I don't
just
need
a few
nobody
minutes
watching me,
after I
goon.
turned off my lights, I heard my bedroom door creak open.
Whoa.
I opened my eyes, and that's when I saw the man in his underwear standing.
Yeah,
To my
I think it's
doorway,
time for me to
I
clock out.
started
You know what I'm saying?
screaming from the top of my lungs, and that's when the man suddenly lunged towards me. I began to kick and
Kick him in
scream
his dick. Okay.
simultaneously, just to get the creep away from me. Thankfully, the sounds I was making were enough to make him turn around and run out of the house. My mom came storming into my room to my aid. We stayed in the bedroom with the chair leaning against the doorknob and immediately called the police. Somewhat unsurprisingly, the man didn't run very far. They caught him lurking in the neighbor's yard just a few doors down. We handed over the security footage to the police and told them everything we knew. And
Nigga
after
was
a few
lurking
days
and
of
shit.
investigating, we got the story they were able to put together. The man who snuck into my room was the same one who had been stalking me at school. He had developed an obsession over me and started taking pictures of me on campus.
An
and then eventually
obsession.
started following me home. But the part that terrifies me the most was how he was never a
The fuck?
construction worker. Those confusing pictures of wooden planks were just photos he took underneath my bed while I was sleeping in it. He had been sneaking into my house and hiding under my bed for weeks. All I know is that I'll always be on guard whenever a stranger sends me a DM.
The dude was in her room the whole
I'm always
time, bro.
paranoid if it's that guy again.
Ugh, yeah, he looked like the type of person that would do something like that.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single
Get these
tap.
ads off
With
my.
harmony,
Ugh.
it's gonna be possible. Or vibe.
Plastic surgery. Oh boy.
Back in my 20s, I used to think very highly
Ugh.
of myself. I was a young, slim brunette and would always think I was the main attraction in every room I stepped in. At the time, I lived on the 12th floor of an apartment complex. I can recall always seeing people like my neighbors and other patrons around the building checking me out. I was always being catcalled, but did no more than give them a courteous
Bruh,
nod.
she don't even
It
look all
took
that
some
good,
getting
so I don't know why y'all
used to
catcalling
until
her.
one night, I got inside and began to situate myself. Then I sat in front of my vanity and started to do my
She
usual
look ugly as
skincare
shit.
routine.
And y'all were. I can't whistle.
No matter what they say, 'cause words can't bring me down.
No! No, 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 no! How dare you say someone will eventually take your place? That'll never happen, you hear me?
The next day was like every other day. I would always run errands and have random pedestrians look at me wherever I went. This varied from single men to taken men to even married men. However, I had this nagging feeling of dissatisfaction as I wasn't turning as much heads as I would have liked to. When I arrived home, I immediately glanced at the mirror, angered at my disheveled appearance. Then, as I approached closer to my reflection, I felt as if the answer was right in front of me. I wasn't going to stay young forever, and I was afraid to lose all the beauty I possessed.
No! No, 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 no,
Bro,
no!
she
This
ugly
can't be happening
anyway.
to me.
Then, as I scrutinized my face in the mirror, I noticed some wrinkles forming and my face slightly sagging. I panicked, my hands trembling in apprehension. I then grabbed my brush and started frantically combing my hair. As I said,
I gotta do it. I must do it. I will do it.
then, without a hinge of reluctance, I decided to undergo plastic surgery. The next day, I began seeking consultation from medical pundits, but unfortunately, they all told me the same thing, that I didn't need it and that overdoing it could increase my health risk, resulting in irreversible damage. However, no matter what they say, I constantly refused, hollering,
I didn't come here to get rejected. I'm willing to pay you any amount. Just give me what I want.
Miss Hannah, it's not just about the money. If we proceed, you
I
might...
don't care. Just get it done.
I slammed my fist on the table, frightening the doctors. So, unable to persuade me, we inevitably went through with the operation. And after grueling hours of sedation, lying flat on the operation table, I finally woke up.
I bet she gonna
My head
look
wrapped
way
in
worse than she already did.
Upon arriving home, I noticed the watchful eyes of my neighbors, who were probably curious about what had happened to me. Little did they know that, enclosed in this cocoon, was the most beautiful butterfly just waiting to reveal itself. So, as I waited for my face to heal, I was filled with anticipation, visualizing myself stepping on the false representation of beauty that I saw in other women.
Just wait and see. After
She gonna be
this,
way
I'll
worse.
the hottest girl around town.
Then, when it eventually came time for the big reveal, I stripped
Who's
away
scared?
the bandages like a fascinating creature coming out of its shell and went out into this.
Oh, hell no, bro. Bruh, see, she look way worse, bro.
Streets to display the final stage of my metamorphosis.
Oh, you talking about the
As
dude
I
that
entered
looked in the
grocery
door?
store, I earned
Oh
a
yeah,
couple
I
of
did
stares
catch
and
that.
compliments, and as
Bro,
expected,
she looked
some of the
this.
guys approached me, asking if I was single or if they could get my number. Needless to say, it was flattering. However,
Come
as I
on,
went
bro.
home, I was flustered, feeling my temperature rise again. I still wasn't satisfied with the public's perception of me. I felt as if I wasn't turning enough heads as I would have anticipated. Despite my
Timo
best
Kim
efforts,
Kardashian.
without looking into the mirror, I knew my face was turning red because I could feel the blood coursing through my veins, boiling with agitation. So, releasing my pent-up frustration, I said,
No, this can't be happening!
my body quivered as I told myself,
It's not enough. I need more! More!
my yearning for perfection had driven me to undergo more plastic surgeries. Despite the doctor's constant opposition, eventually, I had more work done until I underwent.
Bro,
12
why are you still
invasive
trying to do
procedures.
more?
At some point, the doctors refused to take me in as their patient, wary of the damage I might cause to their reputation should future operations fail. I loathe such people.
Bro, she already looks
successful yet
worse.
Self-centered pricks who always thought they could boss me around. But no, it's unacceptable. I went on a rampage, and eventually, I was escorted out of the hospital and banned from ever returning. So, when I arrived home, I
Good.
sat on the front of my vanity and began to cry.
Get your ugly ass on my damn hospital.
But as tears poured down my face, I laughed like a lunatic, infuriated by the doctors who had the audacity to refuse me. I paced myself apprehensively as I thought of what to do next. At that moment, I was drowning in anxiety, visualizing myself as an invisible woman that people would bump into without ever noticing me. So, without a doubt, I searched the black market, bought what I needed, put my latex gloves on, and did the deed. The following day, I was getting ready to step outside of the house to display.
Oh, what does she do, bro?
That was until someone knocked on my door. Upon opening it, I noticed it was
Oh
the
my.
neighbor from down the hallway. However, instead of coming closer, he had
What
this
she do,
horrific
bro?
look on his face, as if he had seen a ghost. Offended, I asked,
Yep.
Why are you looking at me
Yep.
like that?
Yep. Yep.
Stupid neighbor. I can't stand.
with surgery addiction.
Yep.
There were multiple doctors that refused to work on her anymore.
Yep.
Before she took
Yep.
matters into her own hands, she then returned to Korea. Her parents could not recognize her. She has since received psychiatric help.
Yep. Yep.
What is TubeBuddy? Let's break it down fast.
GG's.
TubeBuddy is used by over 14 million creators to optimize, grow, and
See,
manage
the
their
second
YouTube
the second when I literally saw the width of her head, I just knew it was gonna be some bullshit. Ronald McDonald. Man, what McDonald's do this time?
The next story may sound fabricated, but it is quote-unquote allegedly true, and has circulated the internet if you do a little digging. It was an urban
The
legend
second
that
when I
occurred
saw how
around
big her head was gonna be,
2004/2005
I knew it was gonna be some
in the city
bullshit.
of Cuernavaca in Morelos, Mexico. The following animation portrays a dramatized version of the alleged
Like,
event.
nope.
All parties
I'm
will be
not.
given
Nope.
aliases
Not
to
y'all look
protect
at
the
all that, bro.
identities of all involved. There was a story so implausible that it would shake my head and roll my eyes whenever I heard my
What
colleagues
is
talking
this?
about it. However, all of this changed when someone in my family experienced the
Ew,
same thing, causing me to withdraw every
ew,
ounce of doubt. 3 years ago, my brother
You
and his
look
pal had just
ugly.
left a drinking party at a nightclub. They were so wasted it was difficult to even book a cab home. So as they tread across the long paved roads, struggling to avoid passing cars, they saw what appeared to be a brightly lit domicile in the distance. As they approached the light source, they realized that it wasn't a house, but a McDonald's fast food restaurant. They glanced through the glass windows and feasted their eyes on the menu displayed on the counter, delighted to see very few customers. After all, it was past midnight, and not so many people were expected to be out at this hour. Furnished after a long walk, They decided to order some Big Macs and flump on a bench outside the restaurant.
Man, if
where a
I were to
statue of
ever
Ronald
see
McDonald was sitting
some fuck
comfortably
ass
at the
statue
edge,
looking like that,
staring
bro.
at the statue. They noticed its smile seemingly jolly, and its eyes eerily gazing back at them, causing them to feel reluctant before they
Like, bro,
eventually
why the
looked at each
fuck-
other and laughed at the childish thought, brushing it aside. A lit night, Pedro. I'll never forget it, my brother said as he took an enormous bite.
Dude, you see that thing was giving me a bubble? She was bad, wasn't she? I might have to take her to McDonald's for a first date.
Pedro winked while patting him on the back.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. I can't hold it anymore.
The sour taste in my brother's mouth made him retch, and so, unable to contain it, he headed to the trash bin where he threw up for the next couple of minutes, leaving his friend all alone with the statue on the bench. Having lost the strength and interest to finish the burger, Pedro thought of taking a nap on the Ronald McDonald statue's lap, and as he began
Why
to
are
shut
you-
his eyes, he grumbled and said,
Oh, my headaches have gotten worse. I wish I could just die.
then, a creepy voice replied,
Be careful what you wish for.
Pedro jumped. wondering
Why
for
the
a
fuck
moment
is
where
you
the voice
laying
might
on
have
a-
emanated from. However, as he listened to cars honking and tree branches falling, he was convinced it was all in his head.
See, Pedro? This is what happened.
Especially when the statue looks like that, bro. Why are you laying on that, bro? Don't piss me
He
off,
told
man.
himself as
Please
he
don't piss me
resumed his
off
nap.
now.
Then, amidst
You a
the
grown ass
silence,
man.
Pedro sighed and said,
I'm so tired.
moments later, the same voice from before spoke to him and replied.
That makes the two of us.
Before Pedro had any chance to react, the statue grabbed his head with both hands, tightening its vice grip as Pedro wailed in agony.
Ah, somebody help me!
Even as he begged the clown to stop, it showed no remorse and continued to apply immense pressure on his skull until his entire head was squished to smithereens. When my brother finally returned to his friend, he dropped his burger in utter terror. Then, as he saw Pedro's eyeballs roll across the floor, he screamed. He instantly woke from his semi-stupor, banging on the door of the McDonald's.
Somebody help me! Please let me in!
However, to my brother's horror, McDonald's had already closed, and no one else was there. So, as he glanced at the bench behind him, the statue was now standing erect with a menacing gaze, showing off its razor-sharp teeth. In a split second, my brother made a run for it into the woods. Although he considered this nothing but mere imagination, the sound of his footsteps quickly catching up to him were all too real. What the hell is going on? Moments later, the evil clown grabbed his arm as he tried to break free. That's when the clown rips my brother's arm off, leaving him on the ground as he wailed in sheer agony. Then, the clown growled as it delighted itself in a sumptuous meal.
I'm loving it! I'm loving it!
Huh?
With his adrenaline rushing, my brother got to his feet, heedless of the immense pain. Then, he ran away from the woods until he eventually arrived home. As he locked the door behind him, he ran to the living room and dialed 911 with his remaining arm. His hand was uncontrollably shaking as he waited for an officer to pick up the call. When he was finally able to speak to someone, my brother said, wincing at the pain of his severed arm.
Please send the cops! I know this is hard to believe, but Ronald McDonald is after me, and he's about to kill me!
Okay, sir, I'm sorry, but you need to slow down and say it more clearly this time. Do you understand?
But I don't have time! Like I said, Ronald McDonald is on his way to kill me!
You mean the clown, sir?
The officer asked with a hint of sarcasm and irritation.
Yes, ma'am! Please hurry!
Sir?
Then, suddenly, the cop's voice turned from annoyance to delight.
You just made my day. To be honest, I was told there was going to be some kind of initiation, since this is my first week in the office. So I'm partly sorry for ruining the surprise, but it's a good one, sir. You got me.
Nigga, did he lose an arm?
Send someone fast, please! I'm begging you!
Well played, sir. Well played.
My brother panicked. The officer then hung up on him.
Nigga, Lee just lost a.
Moments
Alright,
later,
bro.
my brother heard a loud thud on the door, followed by constant banging.
Come on, you're no fun! Let me in!
The clown said in a demonic voice.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Choose wisely.
As the clown pounded louder, my brother only felt more anxious.
Leave me alone or I will call the cops! The cops already hung up on you, dipshit! Now open the door! If you don't open up this very second, I'm gonna release all my Big Mac sauce on your front door!
Finally, My brother decided to grab a knife from the kitchen and face his pursuer head on.
If the cops don't do anything, I will.
He told himself, mustering every ounce of courage he had in his body. My brother looked through the peephole as he listened to the clown's incessant laughter. However, strangely enough, he was nowhere to be seen. Despite my brother's reluctance, he opened the door, ready to strike the clown at will. But out of nowhere, the clown quickly wrapped its large hands around my brother's head, squeezing the life out of him.
Alright, bro.
That's when my brother began to gouge at Ronald's eyes with his remaining hand while being suspended in midair. By some miracle, he managed to dig his fingers deep inside the crevices of the clown's eye sockets and rip his eyeballs out. That's when the clown released my brother from its tight grasp.
I'm not loving it!
My brother sprinted while weeping convulsively as he flagged down a moving vehicle to bring him to the nearest hospital. When I heard about my brother's story, my parents and I wanted to report this to the police. The security cameras outside the restaurant recorded the incident. However, McDonald's paid off all the damage expenses, including my family's debts, law enforcement, and all parties involved, coercing us to keep the security tapes confidential. But rumor has it the word got out to the public, which caused multiple McDonald's franchises throughout the country to replace their Ronald McDonald benches with ordinary benches. Since then, my brother has been in a coma, almost irresponsible. My entire family avoids all McDonald's restaurants, wary of a clown sitting on a bench.
Okay, great.
Whoa, that was some crazy shit.
Have you even listening? You haven't taken a single note this entire meeting?
I'm actually listening better than I ever have. Let me share my screen. Do you see this? Everything we're saying is being
Where's my
transcribed
mouse
in
at?
real time. Look, word for word. That's exactly what you just said.
There it is.
Wait.
Another Omega. Okay. Oh shit. I heard of that this one man one jar thing, bro. Nah, listen. Listen. Bro, I heard of this before, bro. This whole like one man one jar thing, it was like, it used to be like a YouTube video, like wait, what do you say? Why do I see feet? It's I'm just reacting to a video. First time chatter, what's up? But anyways, but wait, what was I finna say? But nah, this whole like one man one jar thing, bro. It used to be a fucking YouTube video from like years ago. Wait, what you say? How's your night going? My night going good, bro. I feel a bit traumatized though because of these videos I've been looking at. Follow the Twitch, man. Join the community. What's up? We crazy in this motherfucker. We crazy here. But wait, that's what I was saying. This whole one man one jar thing, bro. It used to be a YouTube video from like years ago of this dude that literally like that literally has this jar and he literally shoves up his ass, bro. I'm dead ass. That, bro, that was like a real YouTube video. I never seen it. I just heard about it. And I was like, hold on a second, bro. That's an actual real video, bro. One man, one jar. Don't ever look up Two Girls, One Cup, bro. Don't ever look that shit up, bro. It's gonna traumatize you for life. It used to be on YouTube like years ago though. But never look up One Man One Jar either. That's gonna traumatize you too. that's gonna traumatize you for life. Wasn't planning on. Please don't, bro. Yeah, One Man One Jar, bro. He basically takes this jar and he shoves up his ass, bro. Let's get started.
I was always told that college
Whew.
would be the super foundational time where you have fun and form critical memories. But 5 years on it from now, at 27 years old, there's only one memory that sticks out. And unfortunately, it doesn't have anything to do with girls or going out and partying, but instead, something that happened on Omega. I've always been a loner and a geek my whole life. I didn't successfully come
What you
out of my
say?
shell
I don't
in
need
college,
more.
although
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted
you're
to.
right. You're right.
That's
My
why I moved into
apologies.
the dorm rooms near my campus in the first place. I figured it'd be a great way to meet people and socialize, but I ended up getting straddled with huge room and board
Follow the
expenses on top of my
Twitch,
tuition.
Brody.
I never managed to make any friends in my hall. That's how I caved in and fell back on being a parasocial weirdo through the gateway of the internet.
We
Through
do
Omega
follow
more
for
specifically.
follows in
It's
this
a website
channel.
that pairs you up with random strangers so you can text or video chat. That's where I spent most of my time trying to meet people in the online world. But in a lot of ways, it was more of the same of what I got in the real world. Most people skip me almost immediately. A lot of the people
Oh,
that I
an
managed
ad
to have
break.
conversations with were older
Finna
men
wait.
who seemed insightful